Yo, 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 it's Peter True here with the Needless to Say podcast. Today we got a special show, y'all. Brazos Valley on pro boxer Chase Martinez. What up with it?
What's going on, big dog?
Chilling, man. So, get the audience a little bio about your fight record, everything you done in boxing so far.
Well, I turned pro last year in July. Uh, I'm currently 3-1, three knockouts. Nicknames Greatness, go by Chase Greatness.
Chase Greatness.
Chase Greatness Martinez. I also, before my professional career, I had 25 amateur fights
25.
when got ranked number 10th in the nation.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot of work, though.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then really just got all my experience within 2 years. So we was rolling and rolling and rolling, and then decided to turn pro with it. And I train out of a gym, Brian Boxing here in downtown.
Shout out to Brian Boxing, yeah.
Yeah.
So you say you've been in it for 2 years, right? And I preach to other boxers to stay active. So 2 years, 25 amateur fights and 4 pro fights. That's 30 fights in 2 years, man. That's active.
Yeah. Well, I had about 25 in 2 years, and then this last year was my third year, which was then I had my 4 pro fights. But yeah, staying active, that's where you're gonna get better than everybody. Consistency.
Oh yeah.
So
also getting your name known, right?
Yes, sir. And so I started late. I started at 21 years old. So I knew that I was gonna have to catch up with everybody. So that was the way for me to catch up with everybody, was to go, run through all these fights.
Got you. So what's inspired you to step into boxing?
It's a lot of different things. I always grew up watching boxing with my family. My family is very boxing oriented. We used to have big old parties, watching boxing and having a lot of people there. Everybody getting drunk. But
that's a Mexican party.
Yeah,
right?
the biggest fight I remember was Pacquiao and Marquez, when Marquez knocked out Pacquiao. That was.
Man, that hurt my feelings. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I agree. But that was wild.
So
But a lot of different things. I used to play football, and football didn't pan out for me. I wouldn't play that Mary Hardin Baylor.
Got you.
It didn't pan out for me, so I just needed to stay active. And I guess the final straw was I was actually working at Kentmore Cabinets, and that was when that shooting happened, and I was
I remember that 2 years ago.
Yeah, and I was like in it, and that kind of made me realize that, we don't know when our time is coming, and don't be wasting it, don't be taking it for granted. So that was the main thing that said, all right, let me chase this boxing journey.
That's some good inspiration right there. So you talk about the Pacquiao fight, right? So Pacquiao one of your big influences in the sport, or who you?
I love Pacquiao. Yeah, he's a beast.
Yeah.
But he's a southpaw, so I could never really pick up too much from him, like style wise, because he's a southpaw. But
so who you watch?
My main is Canelo.
Canelo?
Yeah, Canelo. Yeah, he's my favorite fighter. Unfortunately, he didn't pull it off the other weekend, but he's still my favorite though.
I was going for him. I was rooting for Canelo. Everybody's seen my little post on TikTok, so I was kind of hurt behind that too.
Oh, I was definitely hurt for sure.
But I wasn't. I went back and watched the fight again, so obviously I seen that it wasn't as bad as the commentators were saying, right? In the moment, you had the commentators kind of pushing the issue of the way that they want to see the fight going on at the moment. When you go back and look at the cards, you see Canelo basically was winning most of those rounds by punches. You had Bud, I think he had like a big round in like round number 9 where he threw 23, landed 23 more punches than Canelo.
Bud did a hell of a job.
He did.
I'm not taking anything from him. He did a hell of a job.
All I'm saying is a closer fight than everybody was saying.
For sure. I think because people had bigger expectations for Canelo. I feel like they had bigger expectations, especially with Crawford moving up from 54 to 68. And on the same token, I feel like Canelo thought as soon as he touched Crawford, I thought he was gonna feel it. Crawford held the weight perfectly, and he did a hell of a job.
And Crawford also is a bigger fighter. He's actually bigger than Canelo. Maybe a little wider frame, but weight-wise, he's pretty bigger than Canelo. So, yeah. Getting into it, so you're right-handed, right?
Right hand, yeah, orthodox fighter.
Yeah, orthodox. So you swinging, you trying to knock off their skull, right? And get up in there. let's just go into next thing. Like you had this last a fight on September 6th, right?
Yes, sir.
Big KO.
Yes, sir.
Like how did you prepare for that fight? What was your mental going in there? Tell us a little story, cause I hear that it was more to it in your last fight, right?
Oh, yeah, it was a lot into it actually. Before this fight, I was actually coming off of a loss, and I was fighting at a smaller weight class at 154. And what they say in boxing is style makes fights,
Yep.
okay? And I fought a difficult style to not only look good with, but to win. He just had a ugly, unorthodox style, and I was trying to fight pretty, trying to show off my skills. Sean Porter was actually at the fight commentating, so I just kind of had a lot of pressure on me instead of being myself. And I was coming off of two previous knockouts. You know, first round, get him out of there, get him out of there. And everybody was like, well, is it gonna go past this? Is it gonna go past this? So I was trying to hold that standard instead of just letting it come.
Yeah. And
You know,
a lot of fighters do that because the main thing in boxing is that you have to be good under pressure, right? Because as your crowd get bigger,
100%,
the pressure get bigger, right?
100%.
So you go to my next question, like preparing before the fight, like what's your mental, right, going into these fights, like on your last fight, September 6th. You know, in there you kind of had like I guess you would say like one of them boxers that like I have two knockouts, so basically I'm kind of big headed at this moment, right? But when you go into that fight and you lose, it's kind of humbling. So now you going into
100%.
your fourth fight. What was your mental preparing for that?
So exactly, 100%. I realized that I wasn't all right. You're not just gonna knock everybody out,
Yeah.
you know. But a little backtrack on that. Right after my fight, I was getting ready for the beginning of this year, and I detached my retina in my eye. So I had to have two surgeries, and I couldn't spar or anything for 7, 8 months, and it was tough. It was real tough. I got to see what life would be like without boxing, and it was tough. I went through some dark times, so
You ever feel like quitting?
not quitting, just because they told me at first, the doctor had told me that my career was gonna be over with. So it wasn't like I didn't quitting was nowhere on my mind. It was just like just being able to
Safety.
get the opportunity to do it again, you know. So and yeah, and the safety and my health because they were saying that I could go blind, you know. So going into my fight, I was just very grateful and I got humbled that this thing could be taken away from me, you know, super fast. You know, just in the blink of an eye, you know. It was just a little, it wasn't the hardest punch I ever got hit with or anything like that. It was just a freak, kind of almost like a freak accident.
Yeah, things happen like that.
Yeah, and so going into to this fight, I was like, I can't be beat.
Oh, yeah.
I can't be beat. I learned a lot through the whole process, and I learned what I could overcome and how strong my determination was
Did
and
it-
how tough I was, you know.
Did it change your style a little bit, the way that you approach the fight now?
Yeah, I tried to be a little bit more defensive and, you know, keep that left hand up.
They say about Devin Haney, right?
Yeah, I try to, at first I like to fight, like to get into it, you know, a lot of power punches, and I didn't really care if I got hit. But
Yeah.
now it's
Yeah,
a little
yeah,
different now,
definitely.
you know, so.
Definitely. So, so there's some big news with this though, right? Because you've been fighting for 3 years basically. You in your fourth pro fight. What's next?
So our next fight we got October 25th. Not sure who the opponent is yet, but whoever it is, you know, my focus is winning.
Yeah.
You know, I used to be focused on getting the knockout, but now it's about winning
Oh
now.
yeah, definitely.
You know, just like the Crawford and Canelo fight. I know Crawford pretty much knew he wasn't gonna knock out Canelo,
Yeah.
but he knew he was gonna win though.
Yeah.
You know, so that's the goal for me is not to worry about the knockouts and just let it come. You know,
Definitely.
don't rush it, don't force it.
And you bring up that fight again. That's something that I learned from Crawford. Like, I mean, like now I'm a fan of Crawford, right? But I had to see him do something more than what he done, right? I feel like with Spence, and not giving Spence any excuses, right? You know what I'm saying? I just didn't feel like Spence was ready. So now I see him fight somebody like Canelo. And granted, they say Canelo fell off, but I'm just because y'all said it. Y'all said it. Y'all said he fell off, but I'm still giving him credit because I know how great Canelo is, right?
Yeah, he's great.
Like, and I seen how Crawford's approach to this. He said, "Man, I'm going to win, right? That's all that matters to me. I don't care about looking great. I'm going to win this fight." You know what I'm saying? And he definitely did that. So I'm shout out to Crawford on that.
Yeah,
Bro.
shout out Crawford. Shout out Crawford on that. He did his thing.
I hate it though, but I like you now. I'm a fan of you now. Hope you watch.
For real.
So October 25th is on again. Where they gonna be holding that at?
Houston.
Houston.
Houston's Bio City Event Center.
Oh yeah. Bio City. I just actually went to a fight with Jaden Britton over there.
Yeah, that's that
Yeah.
spot. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good place. I think Shakur Stevenson was in the place last time, so there's a lot of big people that come there. Boxing is king in Texas now, you know what I'm saying? Especially Houston area and Dallas too.
Yeah, and I do have to admit, in the amateurs, when I was going fighting in the nationals, I have to say by far, Texas, the Texas athletes are definitely the strongest and the toughest ones, for sure. You know, when you fight somebody from Texas, it's gonna be a fight.
Yeah, 'cause you know football is our sport, so we love the contact.
Yeah.
We love the contact around here. So let's talk about like your workout regimen. You know, like people for the health people out there. What do you do to prepare in boxing, get your body ready for a fight? What you eat, all those types of things.
Well, so thank God that I finally worked some stuff out financially to where I can do this full time. What I do otherwise is I train people out of the Bron Boxing Gym, but other than that, I just do this full time. So in the mornings, I eat my breakfast, and I like to eat stuff, you know, low fat, low carbs when I'm cutting weight. So like ground turkey, egg whites, spinach, broccoli, mushrooms, stuff like that. In the morning, I have a 5:30 in the morning class that I train, so I get up early, 3:30 in the morning, make my breakfast around 4. You know, let it digest while I do this 5:30 in the morning class, and then after that I'll do my 5-mile run. 5-mile run, 5 miles, yeah. And it's actually, once you start getting used to it, it's actually kind of peaceful.
Only got one in me.
Yeah. you get to think, you know, you get to clear your mind and think, you know, a lot. And that's almost, to me, that's kind of where you win the fight, is that preparation. You know, that's the first battle, is that preparation. So get that done. Then we'll come back at 4 o'clock for to train with my guys at the gym. We'll train and get all that stuff going. And at 12, I eat my lunch, mostly fishes like salmon, tuna, chicken breast. I eat some chicken breast, and if I eat steak, it's smaller portions, you know, stuff like that. But mainly broccoli, broccoli, mushrooms, and you know, vegetable zucchini, stuff like that.
Yeah, special workout regimen, or you know, just regular push-ups and weights.
Well, I do weights, but once it gets closer to the fight, I do the calisthenics like push-ups, you know, all body weight, pull-ups, stuff like that. Because you don't want to add too much muscle because you're trying to cut down.
Yeah,
you know?
definitely. So, with that cut down statement, are you moving up in your next fight, or?
No, I'm staying down to 160. I moved up from what I had been fighting at 154 to 160. Which doesn't sound like a lot, but
no, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
Anybody who knows boxing know that's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. I fought, this last fight was at 160. I felt a lot better when I rehydrated, and the next day I put a lot more muscle on, and I was a lot bigger, and I felt just amazing.
Yeah.
So that's what we're gonna stay at 160.
So having to cut down, like what type of strain that put on your body?
To me, it's just, honestly, it's more mental. Once you understand how to do it, it's really not too bad on your body. You know, it's more mental. It's smaller portion meals.
Yeah.
You do have to stop eating when you are still hungry a little bit, but there's little tricks you could do to kind of trick your mind and make you feel a little bit better. You know, but it does get tough sometimes. Sometimes, you know, I'll be going to sleep, the day before weigh-ins, I'll be dreaming about what I'm gonna eat. I'll be dreaming about what I'm gonna eat and what I'm gonna drink and everything. You
So,
know.
sound
So
like somebody just getting out of jail. Boy, you know when I get out, I'm gonna get that Popeyes and
I'm
all
telling you, I'm telling you.
that.
So, but on the same side of things, you just gotta make sure you don't just grub pig out. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
it's gotta be small increments, small,
Got you.
small,
Yeah,
small. Obviously, staying healthy with it, but just smallly.
yeah, I got
You
you.
know, small going up. Or
So,
else you'll bloat yourself.
oh yeah,
You'll
definitely.
get bloated and you'll feel terrible.
Yeah, I
So,
know it.
but
That's why I had to
last
switch to the
time,
diet.
last time I weighed in at 159.0, and then I rehydrated all the way up to 180.
Oh yeah.
So put on 20 pounds to the next day.
Weight bully right here,
Yeah. Yeah.
y'all.
So
No, so okay. So you've been in boxing for a little bit. Okay. From what you know now, what are the politics of boxing? What do you feel like the politics of boxing are? Like,
man, it's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. It's more political in the amateurs, believe it or not. It's a lot more political in the amateurs. I ain't gonna speak too much on that.
yeah.
I ain't gonna speak too much on that, but
I'm
I've
saying I
I've
had to get.
seen
I'm
it.
trying to get some good stuff.
Yeah, yeah. But
Let's talk about the real stuff,
yeah, I've definitely
man.
seen it. I've seen it before. It's yeah. I ain't gonna
Yeah,
speak
yeah,
on it
yeah,
too
yeah.
much. I ain't gonna speak on it too much. I don't wanna say nothing too crazy.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it off camera because I need I need the knowledge, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, for sure.
I said it,
For
y'all.
sure,
Not
but
him.
there is an interview that
Yeah,
my coach sent me a clip of Crawford talking about it,
yeah,
and I would recommend y'all go watch that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Crawford, he hits it right on the head because he had 12 losses in the amateurs, and Shannon Sharp, it was on Shannon Sharp's podcast, and he was like, "How you undefeated as a pro, but you had 12 amateur losses?" And that's when he started talking about the politics and
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
So, but also, amateurs are scored a lot differently than pros. I wasn't necessarily a great amateur fighter because I had more of a pro style, and the amateurs is score every punch you land is scored the same. It doesn't go off of power punches. It is so. A lot of these really good amateurs, they'll be throwing like I like to call it touching punches or rabbit punches, you know what I'm saying? Just combinations. Ta, 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 ta,
Yeah,
ta,
yeah,
ta,
yeah.
ta.
Not really.
They not doing nothing to you.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
not doing nothing to you. They don't hurt or nothing like that, but they scoring a lot of
Yeah,
points,
yeah, I got
you
you
know.
on that.
So especially at our gym, we try to teach me and actually I didn't even say this, Coach Carl Perry, that's my coach. Shout out Coach Carl Perry. He owns
Shout out,
Brown
coach.
Boxing. Yeah, I don't know where I would be without that
Oh yeah.
man. He's all the way around. Good dude, inside the ring, outside the ring. But anyways, we try to teach our boxers the pro style. You
Yeah.
know how to actually box because it's crazy. These amateur fights, even if it's your first fight they're 1 minute rounds. So all you do is you just go out there and swing and
Yeah.
bang. There is no boxing.
Whoever get the most punches.
Yeah, exactly. There is no boxing in it. You know, there is no boxing in it. So then you gradually get to where you're open fighter, fighting 3 minute rounds, and then that's when you can start opening it up some. You know, you start to box some. But at the end of the day, it's based off of how many punches you land. Actually, 8 counts, or when you drop somebody, it don't even count for anything. It all counts the same.
Yeah, I seen
So
like if a person just get dazed a little bit, like they like start doing the
they
8 count.
stop, do the 8 count, which it's cool because they don't want you to get hurt. You know, it's you're not pro yet. You know,
Yeah.
so they don't
Only,
want you to get hurt or nothing.
the only problem with that, like in a real fight, you helping this person out, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's not
Yeah.
fair to the other boxer.
No, for sure,
Yeah.
100%, 100%. But knockouts are actually real rare in the amateurs, and I had six knockouts in the amateurs. So even in the amateurs, I was still getting knockouts. But when I would lose, that's what I would struggle with was these boxers that had this crazy footwork and crazy movement that would throw 1,000 punches, 1,000 punches around. Da, 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 da. They not really hurting you with anything, but they
Oh,
touching you the whole time. So.
yeah, yeah. And I heard you say something earlier about how you was kind of off because you didn't get the knockout. You know, I think not Jay's last fight, but Jay Britton's fight before that, his fifth pro fight. Um, he after the fight, he won the fight, and I think he won the fight great because he showed perseverance. He was out there showing that he had skill. You know what I'm saying? He was relentless with it. But the other guy just had a really strong chin. You feel me? Like, like he couldn't do anything to knock this guy out. And he was like, man, I'm down. I ain't get the knockout. And I'm like, man, don't worry about the knockout. Like
Yeah.
what you showed me, like you did great. That's what the people want to see, right?
Yeah, and shout out Jaden Britton.
Yeah.
I spar with him a lot. He's a good dude. He's a great fighter.
Oh yeah.
Great fighter.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't understand what that feels like when you hit somebody.
Yeah, and they
when
don't
you
go down.
really hit somebody, and you feel it in your hand and your elbows.
And they look at you like,
And then it's like, oh, okay, oh, okay. Yeah. So that's a good experience for him.
Yeah,
you know,
really,
that's a good experience for him because he learned how to deal with that. Because there's some tough fighters out there.
Oh yeah. And that's what I'm kind of saying. I'm like, man, you're not gonna knock everybody out. Some people got that dude in particular had a strong chin. I don't remember his name, but he had a really strong chin, like, cause he was getting some good punches, and sometimes you just don't knock him out.
And Jaden hit hard.
Yeah.
He does. He hits hard. He hits hard.
So I'm just saying, like, I don't think like the knockouts or everything, and I know, now, like through experience you learn those types of things. And that's what the fights are all about, your journey, right?
So yeah, it's just learning how to overcome different type of stuff for any situation, and I feel like that's where Crawford was in his career. He's fought so many different styles, been in there with any and everybody, that he knows, hey, if I hit Canelo with this, he ain't gonna go down. So I know I'm gonna have to touch him, use my angles, use my footwork. He did a hell of a job.
Yeah, hell of a job. Much respect to him. So. With that, man, I just want to say thank you for coming to the show. You know what I'm saying? This is Peter True. Still here with my boy, Chase Martinez.
Yes, sir, man. Appreciate you having me, big
dog. For
sure. Definitely nice to meet y'all. Definitely nice to be on the podcast. Appreciate y'all sharing my story.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
There's a lot more to come, that's for sure. There's a lot more to come. This boxing stuff takes time. And I train a lot of people, and they just think you can learn boxing in a week, 2 weeks, a month. It takes time, dedication, and that's where it's at.
So shout out Brian Boxing.
Shout out Brian Boxing. If you're ever interested in learning how to box, come see us. We also have a female fighter, Hannah Rapp. She'll be fighting on the same card as me, October 25th. She was NABF champion. We had to vacate the belt because it was hard for her to find fights, just because the female boxing world is so small. And she's a soldier.
A lot of females like, no, I don't want that drama right there.
We actually had gotten a call from Tierra Brown's team, and she's a WBC champion right now. And Hannah, no questions asked, signed for the fight and everything. And then their team came back and said they didn't want to fight us. So she's not scared of nobody. She's ready to fight.
She's ready to fight,
She's ready to fight.
Give her the fight.
Yeah, so check her out.
So what's your social media?
Chase_greatness99, that's my Instagram. And then you can follow me on Facebook. I have a Chase Greatness Martinez account and my personal account, Chase Martinez.
Bad. So yeah. With that, we're gonna end this off. This is Peter True with Needless to Say podcast. Once again, we're here with
Chase Greatness Martinez.
Chase Greatness.